What's up, everybody? Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. True concerns. What's up? Hey, Tracha, what's going on? What is going on? What is going on? How are you? Good evening. Come on in, hit the like button. I have a question based on something I just saw. I have a reaction and then I have some advice. I have some true advice and I have a reaction as well. Again, I'm not sure if this was real, if this was just a bait and click. Okay, Tracha, nothing much. I'm good. I'm good. So come on in, hit the like button. I didn't tag anybody in this at all. I'm just coming back to uh say what would you do, and then I would give you some advice. I'm going to give some what I would do and how I would handle that situation. I think this needs, because I hope it's just not a clickbait. I hope it's not just something, because God, you couldn't, it's possible you can possibly definitely, uh, you know, go to sleep tonight not knowing. Uh, I know I couldn't sleep tonight after seeing what I seen, and I had that type of concern. I know basically I would probably be calling somebody and giving a description, and not just posting on YouTube, um, and hoping, So let's talk about it. I got 12 people in here. Is this what would you do once again, right? And this is in reference to a content creator. I might as well, because you guys probably seen it, and I guess I can call the name. Y'all know uh MP, PM. I'm not sure if I can call, I guess their channel name I can call, but y'all know who I'm talking about when I call PM. Y'all know who that is. We don't have to call the name. She just posted about an hour ago a picture of a man and a little girl coming out of the store. She described, I believe it was Publix, and she overheard the little girl say, I don't want to. I might get in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble. She also said she had some concerns because the little girl looked like she was uncomfortable and did not want to hold the hand of the man. And she also said that they came out of the store empty-handed and walked around the corner. Now, we really don't know what's going on, right? But if you heard enough to make you concerned, if the what you saw in the little girl concern you, that's mother's instinct. That is your gut instinct talking to you, right? You might be wrong, but again, safe than sorry, right? So if you see something that causes a little knot in your belly, and then you hear something, and then you can inference, right? Put something together. God forbid you're wrong, right? I'd rather be wrong than go to bed tonight thinking, what if this happened? Okay, now you know what I'm talking about. Okay, Tracha. So my concern is if you took the time to post all this concern at some point, and I hope you did notify. I'm not going to direct anything at her. Now, let me say this to anybody else. Not let me direct anything to any content creator. If you see something like that and you become that concerned, anybody that in that situation, please notify the police. Please notify store security. Just don't take a picture and post it. All right? If it got your attention, that much of your attention, call somebody. Let them check it out. Let them come check it out. Put the description out there. I remember one day at Walmart, y'all. I was at Walmart and I could hear somebody screaming in a car, right? I could hear somebody screaming in a car. And I can't tell you what the words were at the time, but it got my attention to the point that I called the police because The person was like, sound like they were screaming for help out of the car. I got the description of the vehicle. The car took off. It had dark tint. It was a silver car. I can remember to this day. And the person, I could hear the screams from the car, and it took off. I got the car. I don't believe I got the plates, but I got the direction of travel on that vehicle. And they were like, we're on it, right? The police were like, we're on it. I didn't have a lot to go on, but I had enough concern to say, wait a minute, I can hear screams of help. And the car took off. That led me to believe. Now, my old instinct would have been to chase the vehicle, but that's not what I do now, right? It came upon me, let's chase that vehicle, or let's follow that vehicle, but that's not what I do now, right? That's not what I do. I gave enough information and the direction of travel to know that's my part now. Back in the day, if I was still a police officer and off duty, you best believe I would have been on that vehicle's tail, and I would have been trailing it until I got back up on the way. So and but that's not the case anymore, right? So my thing was, when I saw this from the content creator, and not directing anything, I'm just telling everybody else, if you ever come upon something like that again, if you ever come upon something like that, don't hesitate. Don't hesitate to say, you know what? I'm gonna be that nosy person today. I can do it anonymously. I don't have to give any information. All I can say is, hey, I'm at this particular location. I see a man giving the description of the little girl. I have some concerns based on what I heard the little girl say, based on them coming out of the store, and based on just her words alone, and just something just didn't feel right. They'll come and check it out. They'll come and check it out because in many cases, many kids are walked out of stores by strangers. Now, her saying, I don't want to get in trouble could be, my mama told me never to come out of the store, never go somewhere with strangers, right? That's the first thing that's coming to my mind. Maybe she don't want to get in trouble because she knows her mama said, never go anywhere with a stranger. And he may be convincing her, no, your mama says you can come with me. I got your mama's right here. And she's saying, I don't want to get in trouble because she knows she's not supposed to do that. But because she may be, and I'm just reading into it, right? It could be nothing. I don't want to get in trouble could be, I know the rules, but you're making it seem so convincing. I'm going to break the rules even though I can get in trouble. You see where I'm going with that? You see where I'm going with that? It takes us kind of reading into things. And I'd rather be wrong than actually knowing something could have happened. You know, I guess sometimes people don't know what to do. And a lot of time in this world today, we will videotape before we call the police. We'll take a camera out, uh, and then we'll mind our own business. You know, I would just hope in any case, if, you know, it could be anybody's kid, right? That you do what is right at that time and let anything else, you just know you did the right thing. It could be nothing, but at least when you go to bed tonight, I called the police, I gave a description, I hope everything is okay. I did my part, right? Be that nosy person. Be that person that took that extra step. How many people could have looked away today? How many people could have heard that conversation and nobody did anything? Okay? Nobody did anything. Y'all can come out of the bushes. I don't know why. Well, you know what, Charger? We good right here. I hope you're still here. That's okay. Um, so basically, that's all I'm saying. You know, um, What would you do? How would you handle? Think about what you would do in that particular situation. How would you handle it? What if it was your child? How would you want somebody to handle it? Because as I stated before, more kids are walked out of stores. Thank you, Tracha. More kids are walked out of stores by strangers. More kids are taken because people learn family members' name. I used to have a code with my daughter. My daughter and I, when she was young, we had codes. And if that person could not give her the code, if something was going on, she knew. We understood the code. For anybody to pick you up, they had to have a code. Try to say, I'd rather be safe than sorry. If you don't have a code with your kids, and people, you can change that code at any time. Work something out with your kids. If they're in school and something happened to you and you're sick, you may want to send a family member, but that may not be the family member you want to pick them up. If you work things out with your kids, work a code out. Work something where if they're going to be picked up from school, they know the person that is coming for you that's supposed to pick you up, because you may say, give her this code. She knows this code. If you can't give her the code, she's not going to go with you. She's going to go stay with the school, and that's it. She's not going to leave with you if you don't have a code. And you work that out with your kids, because kids can be talked into, but if you set something in motion, like like a code word with your kids, so they'll know that it's you giving the instructions, it'll help a little bit, right? Um, because a lot of times we tell our kids things, and things kids forget. But if you do a little game like situation with it, they will remember. Code Blue, Bluebird. Our code. What is our favorite song together? What's something out of the sound? Uh, you know, something out of the troll. Purple Munchkin. If they don't know Purple Munchkin is the pickup code for your daughter, and your daughter said, "What's the code?" I don't know. My mom said nobody can pick me up without knowing the code word, right? My mama said I can't go with anybody without knowing, if they don't know the code word. If she didn't give them the code word, and then you can switch the code word out. Remember, you don't want to keep using the same code. You can switch it up sometimes. Like Purple Munchkin today, if somebody knows that code word, bam. Uh, so work on things with your kids when somebody's trying to take them away from something. Uh, Teach them it's okay to say no to a stranger, especially to adults, especially to charming adults. We teach them to say no, teach them to talk loud, teach them to fight. The one things, teach them to kick, scream, and be the loudest thing out there. And just a little lesson here. If you're fighting for your life, you better not be quiet. Okay? The one thing I would tell people, if you have to fight for your life, you better be screaming as well. Be quiet. Hell no. Because the chances are, if they get you away from that scene, that's it. You never want to leave the scene quietly. I probably need to do another thing on this here. That's what I think I'll do. Because you never want to be taken from a scene quietly. A lot of people feel, I'm going to be quiet, I'm going to go, I might survive. No, once they get you away from that scene, once they get you in the car, once they get you somewhere, no, you going to fight me, or you going to leave me right here in this position. But the one thing I do not want to do is get in that car without a fight. Because once you are in the car, once you are now being removed from the scene, you're in a situation. So your best bet is to fight for your life at that scene. Scream at that scene, because once they get you in the woods, once they get you away in somewhere silence, that's a whole different ball game, right? So I've been learned to fight. Fight at that scene. Fight in that parking lot. Scream in that parking lot. If you're going to do it, you're going to do it right here, because you ain't going to take me somewhere and do it silently. So whatever going to happen right here in this parking lot. scream, um, anything. One of the things I do, man, I don't think I want. Try. You think I should save this and do this another time? I should. I keep going since I'm on a roll right now. Since I'm on a roll talking about safety, you think I should go? Keep going. I'm gonna give you because you're the only one in here. You think I should go? Keep going with the safety thing? I think I'm gonna keep going. Maybe somebody will get something out of it. Um, One of the things, if you, how many people got a car alarm system, right? To your, sometimes one of our biggest thing that we have is our car alarm system, right? A lot of times, if you keep just going of different things that you can do, set up another segment for the participants. You know what? I think I will. I think I am going to do a uh, a safety segment, secure and safety segment for people out there with kids, for women, for ladies traveling, kids traveling, what to do um, when encountering a person that may cause you harm. Right? What are some of the safety tips? Some of the things that you can do? How to be aware of your surroundings. So most definitely. So I'm gonna end it right here, Tatra. Hell, well, Beans Mom, how are you? Beans Mom 4, how are you? How are you? I'm going to I'm going to do that again. So I am going to do a safety segment again, but I just want to talk about Beans Mom. I'm not sure if you kind of was that what I was doing. I was talking about the content creator who posted a situation at the store earlier, and I wanted to tell people if they ever get in that particular situation, um, to if they ever get in that particular situation, to do what to to make the call and let the police decide. Be that nosy person, especially when a child is involved, right? Let them look into it so you can be at peace, because that would be a hard thing to do. That would be it would be hard for me to sleep not knowing if something could, and it could be a part two to it. Maybe it is a part two. Maybe it is a clickbait with a part two. I don't know. Um, I don't know. Maybe it is a part two. Um, so let me see. So maybe they can have their kids listen too. That's true as well. Tratra. Beans Mom, what's up? Beans Mom 04. That's who I'm talking to. Absolutely, me too. So that's something that you definitely can look in, you know, you can do now. If you're ever in a situation where you're hearing something, seeing something, say something. The see something, hey, TRW, the see something, say something. We have a lot of trafficking. Y'all, the number one thing out here is trafficking. S ST. Y'all, the people that you think what they look like is not what they look like. Okay? Get that mind of a ST looking a certain way. Okay? Stop thinking an ST uh, perpetrator look a certain way. They do not look like what you think they look like. They're not going to look like scum. They're not going to look like a gang member. They're not going to look like somebody creepy. They're not going to have a long beard with a scrappy brown hair, right? They're not going to look like that. They're going to look like your mom. They're going to look like your grandma. They're going to look like your brother. They're going to look like a businessman. They're going to look like your doctor. You understand what I'm saying? Stop. Get that ST perpetrator look out of your mind. Okay? Get that look out of your mind. A ST perpetrator gonna look like your neighbor. They're going to look like grandma. They're going to look like your sister. They're going to look like your brother. They're going to look like your doctor. They're going to look like people you don't expect with them to look like. Because some STs will use, they're going to look like your little girl. They're going to look like your 12-year-old daughter. They're going to look like your 30, because they've been trained to bring these kids in. So sometimes your XT perpetrator has been a child that has been used as a lure, right? How many people don't know that? That they will use kids to lure other kids in. They will use kids to lure other kids. How many people knew that? How many people knew that the ST perpetrator don't look like Shaggy? You know, we have this certain look that we want to try to pin on people, but my daughter has a tracking on my granddaughter phone. Even when she goes with her dad, she tracks exactly where she is. Sometimes putting tracking devices on their phones, I can tell you certain places that you may want to do certain things with your kids. Do not put things on in their jacket, because they're going to dump you. Let's say for certain, you don't want to put things inside the coat, because some of the things they're going to try to get rid of the outerwear in order to change up the appearance, right? So if you're putting things in their coat or their book bags, they're going to dump that stuff. You don't want to put any devices in the book bag or any outerwear, because that's going to get dumped because of the description, right? Be I'm just going to tell you, kind of be time is of the essence. So you want to be as clever as possible. Think about it. Be clever, but you don't want to put any devices in the coat, because the coat is going to be dumped immediately, and you don't want to put any devices in the backpack, because that's going to be left on side of the road somewhere. So think to be a little bit more clever. Um, okay. Um, as well, have a picture. Know what your kids look like when they go to school. You know, a lot of times we send our kids off to school and we cannot give a description of them. Know what your kids look like before they go to school that day. Know what they look like. Know what they got on. Be able to give a description of what they wore that day. Hey, Vale, how are you? Be able to give a description of what they. This is a quick thing. I'm gonna do a bigger thing on this, but be able to give a description of your kids, what your kids look like before they go to school that day. You know, did the hair change? What's the hair color? Um, you know, um, know their time. Know where they're supposed to be. Um, have some type of accountability of where your kid's supposed to be. You know, where they're supposed to be at this time. Where would you expect them to be at this time? Are they riding the bus? Do they know not to change their rides, right? If they're supposed to be on the bus, they need to be on the bus. If they're supposed to be riding home with Carrie, they need to be riding home with Carrie. Um, and not changing up. Uh, yeah. Justice, can you see me? My phone is in the Facebook mode, and I went and came back, but it's still the same. I can see you, Warren G. Hey, Babe, how are you? Hey, in those phone devices, they're pretty good. You got 360 Life. 360 Life. I think it's 360 Life. You have all type of. I like 360 Life. Can 360 Life can tell you exactly where they are. If they're in a car, it can give you the amount of miles that they're traveling within the vehicle. It can give you turn for turn. Now you're gonna pay for the extras, right? But 360 Life, I don't know whatever you got, T-Mobile Life, Family Life, or something. But 360 Life don't put you exactly. It'll put you. Yeah, it can. It could put you exactly almost where they at, pinpoint where they are. But they could put them on the car. It could put them on a bus. It can put them on a train, and then you can see the direction and the speed of whatever vehicle they're in when they're making left turns and when they make right turns. Oh yeah, I've used 360 life. Oh yeah, I was track. um, Justice, can you see? Yeah, I did that already. Yeah, I can see you. So using 360 life, I believe that's a good one. Sometimes you can pay a little extra for the bells and whistles, right? Um, Yeah, that's something you can use. You have a lot of tracking device. Sometimes people even buy the little things that they can drop certain places. Like I tell you, don't put them in the book bags. Don't put them in the coats and stuff. Put them because kids can lose coats and they can drop book bags, right? So let's see. So those are some of the things that you can do in order to help your, kind of add some security for your kids and yourself. An extra uh, security thinking mind. So, yeah. Um, There's a lot more to talk about, guys. One of the things I do at my job as well as I pay attention to safety and security. They know me. I am a big thing of safety and security, especially little things that you can do. Even at the office, I go around, I look, and I tell people, okay, you know what? Look at how you're seated in your office. Where's your escape route? Something happens, how are you getting out here? Do you know how to secure your door? There are tricks to securing your door with a chair when nobody gonna get in with certain locks, with certain types of lock. If you're in the office and you pay attention to the type of lock you have, you can grab a chair and put it on that lock. Ain't nobody coming in there. You can also look how to make your wall. How secure is your wall? Is your wall, do you know if your wall can be penetrated? Look at your door. Look at your light switch. Look at where I walk through and I tell people how to be. Where's your spot if you had to become a small little situation in the room, right? Turn your phones off, right? When you are in your office, and if you work in a situation where things could go left, what is the code in your office? Do you know to turn your phone off in a lockdown? The first thing in your mind in a lockdown, certain type of lockdown, is to turn your phone off. You do not want it, you want to become as small and as quiet as possible. um, Turn your lights off in the office. Make sure you have something against the outside wall that you can use as a if something is going to penetrate. That you have something on that wall that can absorb that penetration or slow it down a little bit. So it's a lot of things that I pay attention to, guys, and so yeah. But that's something I can do later. Um, uh, and on something I can bring back later and talk about, and that is safety and security, not only for your kids, but for your home as well. One little trick: keep your car keys next to your bed. If your car is parked in front of your house and in front of your apartment, and you hear somebody roaming, uh, you know, kind of moving through your yard or something, and you may have the cameras, and if you don't, some people got security cameras, some people got motion detectors. They got a lot of bells and whistles that you can put out there now as well, right? But if you don't, and you want to feel, if you want some more attention, because oh my god, I got so much. People normally don't pay attention to alarms going off on houses, right? Your alarm can go off in your house. A lot of people don't pay it. A lot of neighbors don't pay attention to an alarm going off in a house. But what they will pay attention to is the alarm going off in the car. So if you have a prowler outside and you think you hear something, set the damn alarm off on your car. Hit the button. People gonna look when they're when car alarms are going off. Set the car alarm off. Keep the keys next to your bed. Set the car alarm off. You hear somebody in the yard, hear somebody in the area, grab all the keys to the cars. You got two cars, set all the alarms off. I bet y'all didn't know that little trick, right? Set all the alarms off in the damn parking lot. That gonna get some attention. Oh, she waking up everybody. Oh, I just thought I heard somebody. That's gonna get attention. What people need is not to be seen. So if I'm setting all the car alarm off in my parking lot in my car, if I got two cars, I'm setting them all off. Hit the button, set the alarms off, get the attention of people. People gonna wake up when they hear car alarms because they want to make sure ain't nobody breaking into their car. Versus a house alarm going off, you know. And a lot of times the alarm go off in the house. Uh, Sometimes there's different types of. If you, I'm gonna tell you right now. Oh man, I'm going too deep into this. I'm going too deep into this. I'm gonna save it for another time, guys. I'm gonna go a little bit deeper and tell you about house alarms, what you should have and what you shouldn't have today. If you got an alarm on your house, okay. If you got an alarm, I'm gonna tell you what's the best. What is the best thing to do with an alarm to get the best response? And to yeah, I'll talk about that at another time. But anyway, guys, I just came on. I hope that a little bit of information I share, I got more. I'll do a segment again, like Trotcha said, where I can do more, talk more about it, and be more kind of like tuned in. Like, let's talk about this safety. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about kids and going to school and being safe at school and being safe in the environment, going into a store, paying attention to the codes in the store. Stores got codes in it for certain reason. If you hear a certain code, yellow, blue, that means something, sometime a kid is missing and they're going to do code just like that. Or maybe somebody's in the store and they need people to know, hey, there's somebody in the store. What should we do? So pay attention to codes on the stores and buildings. They sometimes have color codes they call out. Well, guys, I am done. I came out here and said more. I appreciate you all coming in. Again, I'm going to do more on this topic. Stay tuned. Probably do a night of it, safety and security, and touch on some things that can help people survive certain situations, right? What would you do situations? Again, if you see something, say something. Be that nosy neighbor, because it could be your child. It could be something out there that you wish you had said more. But like I said, I don't know the situation fully. I only know what I saw. So if people don't know what to do, I just wanted to come out here and kind of tell you what you could do if you choose to get involved. Because a lot of times, one of the biggest crimes out here now is ST, and it is done so slick, and everybody think it's going to be a big old truck sometimes riding around in a van. We do have that too, with people riding around in vans and snatching people, but we also have the nice looking people that look like doctors and lawyers and nice little neighbors, and they're walking off with your kids. Okay, be conscious of that. That's who's walking off with your kids sometime. That nice little man that looked like the daddy from Leave It to Beaver, right? The mama from Leave It to Beaver, the little girl down the street you ain't never seen before, where she playing in your neighborhood now, and she could be a Laura, okay? Granny could be a Laura. She can be a Laura too, okay? Always an enjoyment, Justice. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you, Vale. Vale, 72 tomorrow. 72 or 73 tomorrow, Vale. Enjoy this beautiful weather. It's windy as heck now. I know y'all can hear that wind howling in the back, but beautiful day, beautiful day. Vale, did you have your cookout? Did you cook out? Did you put the ribs on the grill? Well, anyway, you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. I will see you soon. All right. I'll see y'all soon. Bye. I'm out.